Hey, you fucks. Thanks for, checking out the videos, showing a little bit of support. How about you take it to the next level and show us some love over there on Patreon, huh? Huh? Huh?
Yo, 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 what the fuck is up there, everybody out there on the YouTube source? How y'all doing? It's your good boy Papa Tikio coming live from the Japan land. And I am here, and I am still kind of nursing an earache right now. It's really annoying, because I would like to, I don't know, it's kind of thrown me off of, is this what vertigo is? I don't even know what vertigo is, but is this what vertigo is? Like, God, it's just, it's weird. Like, whenever you, fall, whenever you're in the pool or the shower or something, and you get water trapped in your ear, and then it, sounds kind of, echoey, and it sounds like there's, a bubble in your ear that's just trapping water. It feels like that, and I gotta go to the doctor today. It's my fault. When I was sick, I have a tendency to, when I was sick, what not sick, being sick, but in general, what I like to do is I like to clean my ear with Q-tips, and they even have this little kind of cool wooden scraper thing that you can get at most 100 yen shops here, where you can just use that to kind of clean your ears. And despite being a fat guy who doesn't exercise, I'm very hygienic for the most part. I prefer to be clean. I really focus on the kind of soaps and shampoos I buy, and the kind of perfume, cologne I wear and shit like that. It's I'm very particular about all this stuff, but also it's I have a nose hair trimmer. I have a trimmer to trim my pubes. I got all these things that are supposed to help and whatever, right? But one thing is I like to clean my ears. And I know that with Q-tips, you're not supposed to do that technically, because they push the ear gunk, if you got any, all the way to back, and then it could jam it in even further. But, in order to kind of counteract that, I have a bad habit of licking the Q-tips before I put them in there. And most of the time my mouth is clean because I'm brushing my teeth or whatever, right? But when I was sick, I didn't brush my teeth, and I learned the hard way. I think I just literally put germs from my mouth into my ear. And wait, no, but for this one in particular, wait, I'm getting my own back here. But this time I knew that I was sick. And so I was like, you know what, I'll just use regular tap water or whatever, and I'll dry off the Q-tip so it's not super damp. And then, because my ear was kind of hurting, so I was like, okay, well, let's put some a cold Q-tip in there to kind of dull the pain. And that was very stupid. Ever since then, I've had this ear thing for the last 2 weeks, and it's not going away. And when I was really heavily sick, it just felt I had a whole day where it just felt horrible. My inner ear just felt inflamed and really I don't know. Anyway, ChatGPT says I should go to the doctor ASAP, and it's been a week or two. I'm hoping that they just give me some eardrops or something, and I put that in there and it pops whatever this bubble is that's hindering my hearing. Because at first I couldn't hear anything out of my right ear, and now I can hear. I can still hear out of my right ear, but it's at 60% capacity of what my left ear is. And it just keeps feeling like there's a bubble in there. So, luckily, this is Shinjuku, where I live, and it's the heart of the city. And in the heart of the city, there's, this is, we're so spoiled. I fully admit and acknowledge that I am very spoiled in Japan. Especially in Tokyo. If I need to go to the eye doctor, the ear doctor, anything, I have all of this shit's right here. I don't need to go anywhere. It's awesome. It's all right here, and it's good, and it is mayhem. So, anyway, I gotta go to the ear doctor later. Hopefully, I checked online, and they're open today, but hopefully I don't need an appointment or anything. How many people are going to the ear doctor, fucking A. But anyway, let me do some self-promo before we start this video. Big shout out to everybody who always is supporting my black ass over here on the Patreon. Well, I mean, big shout out to everybody who supports me on YouTube, but bigger shout out to everybody who supports me on Patreon and becomes a YouTube member. And unlike other YouTubers, I have a bunch of fucking bonus content there for you guys, including, especially on the Patreon, if you guys wanted to learn Japanese. If you're thinking about coming over to Japan, or you want to eventually live in Japan, you know, or you simply just want to be able to watch anime without subtitles, I've got this whole fucking system set up here based on what I, what I use to learn Japanese and stuff too, and yeah, and then also I based a whole community off of that as well. So. Apologies if I'm yawning. This stuff is just making me feel a little bit verschleichen. You know, it's not making me feel super good. But anyway, yeah, guys, big shout out to everybody who always goes over there and supports me over there. What did I do? I have, also, if you get your name, what is it? Like, if you support me at any level, you guys still get your name in the videos, too. So that's one way of giving it back. And also, you just get access to a cool part of my Discord community that isn't, available to a lot of other people, unless you become a patron or a, YouTube member. So, yeah, muchos Garcias to you guys, dude, for sure. And, I don't know, is there anything else? Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, no, that's it. So, and also, like, a big shout out to everybody who does the super chats during these premieres and during the live streams. Oh, yeah, we do a live stream after every time I upload a video, except on Fridays. So, Wednesdays and Sundays, we always do a live stream on YouTube just to promote this shit. So, yeah, definitely big, hardcore muchos Garcias to you guys. And, yeah, speaking of which, big shout out to this guy who did a super chat. Boom. Yes, thank you, my good sir. Thank you very well. You are part of the boys club, and I respect you, and it is ma'am. And, guys, even if you don't want to throw money at Dad, you can always help me out by smashing the like button and leaving a comment. It's so funny, man. Like, you know, like, I remember when I was learning about marketing and stuff and figuring out, like, how to be better at, like, social media and shit. It's like, well, you got to do a call to action. And what is a call to action? Well, call to action is like, well, look, people don't know how to like the video or leave a comment or join your Patreon, so you just got to mention it every video and, like, each time or whatever, and that way, anybody new who's there, they'll see that. And also, it's just sometimes they just need, if they really like your video, they just need a simple prompt. And it's like, I only get maybe 200 to 1,000 views per video for these ADVJapan videos, so it's like, I can't really, you know, I have no room to complain kind of thing, right? But at the same time, it's just like, motherfucker, like, I make these podcasts, and I always ask people, like, hey, you know, like, I want to know your opinion. Please comment on the video or whatever. And only, like, 2 people ever fucking comment on the whole video. And it's just like, you motherfuckers, come on, dude. What's so hard about commenting on a video? And I mean, like, even me, like, I need to, like, when I see a video that I really like, even if it's got, like, 1,000 comments or whatever, I know how important that is for the algorithm that people get, like, legit organic comments. So, like, I'll go out of my way to leave a comment on somebody's video. But anyway, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Obama. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm sitting here. I'm on my second coffee right now. I just had 2 bananas and an apple. And I'm just sitting here just straight up chilling, you know, just keeping it real. I woke up at fucking 6. This is one of the nice things, you know. It's like discipline, you know. You gotta have discipline. And like, in order to get new habits, all you gotta do is just keep doing the same thing, even if it doesn't feel good. You just keep doing that same thing. And I don't know, it's just it is nice, and it is ma'am, because it's just like you know, like, even when I'm sick, I'm so used to, even being sick, I'm so used to waking up early that, like, even without my alarm, I'll still wake up early, and it's so nice. And also, this week, there's, like, an event on Pokemon Sleep right now, and, it's really fucking cool. You know, we got Pokemon Sleep event, and, like, for the first time, I don't know, like, isn't it great when, like, when you've been playing a game for a while, but then you realize how to play it more efficiently and stuff. And I don't know, it's just it's fun, it's cool, right? Like, I just realized that, like I needed a certain item in the game, and like I don't want to pay for any of this shit, right? Because like Pokemon Sleep's like Plants vs Zombies. You know, you can play it for free, or you can pay to make it go faster. But if you're gonna like play it for like the slow kind of like long mode, it doesn't really matter, right? So that's what I do, and I'm just playing the slow long mode, and I realized it's an event week, and during an event week, you get these like little like in-game currency to buy these items to make rare Pokemon appear. And when the rare Pokemon appear, they give you like special points that you can use to level up your other Pokemon. And I was like, well, I already caught the rare Pokemon, but I need like I need these dream points in order to upgrade some other things in the game. And so I'm like, oh, well, if I keep using those, like the new in-game like money thing that I'm getting from this event, then I can just keep spawning the rare Pokemon, not having to buy it or not having to like catch it, but I'll still get a bunch of those dream points. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool, it's awesome. So I don't know, it's just like little things like that. I'm like, okay, like despite being sick and recovering and whatever, it still feels pretty decent today, right? And so even though the weather's all like kind of overdrafty and shit today, and it's all just cloudy, you gotta appreciate it, right? And yeah, guys, like don't worry, we're gonna be talking about entitled Westerners and whatnot here and whatever today too. But I you know, with all these rants, I like to give a little spiel for the first like 10 or 20 minutes, and then get into the real hardened potatoes of this of the title. And of course, the real the big meat and potatoes of this is talking about. It's talking about entitled Westerners. Specifically, I want to mention this lesbian couple and why they offend me. But we'll get into that. Let me just spiel a little bit more, because yeah, it's just like that's the great thing about these rants, is that I want to film these in person, like, you know, like, well, not just like recording it at home, right? Like I'd like to film these when I'm out and about and stuff too, but having the option just to film this and just get these thoughts out of my head, it's nice, you know, because like I've been working on this backlog for the longest time. I've probably been telling you guys this, and I'm almost finally done with this backlog. And the cool thing is like I know that a lot of people don't really I don't know, it's like the numbers kind of speak for themselves, right? But it's like well, I don't know if a lot of people, but there are some people that are just like they prefer the bike rants and the walking rants over the, what do you call it, you know, over these at-home recordings. But the cool thing is that, like, you know, when the weather warms up, I can make so many, like, you know, just getting an excuse to go out. It's like, oh, what's your excuse? Well, I'm just gonna go to the park and I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna record my thoughts or whatever. Have a nice little picnic with myself and go out and read or whatever. You know, just go out and enjoy it. It's gonna be nice. But like, and like, well, you already said you made a year backlog of at-home rants. Well, cool thing is like I can swap them in now. You know, like let's say that like it's warm half the year, right? That gives me like 6 months to go out and make a new rant, like if I'm going out every other day or something, right? And it's like, yeah, so there's plenty of opportunity to go and make more, and then just like kind of extending the backlog. So I'm totally for that. It's cool, and it is, ma'am. But yeah, what else? What else am I thinking here? It's funny, like I chose like a walking video of New York City today for this video, just because I'm talking about Westerners, but I'm probably going to put some video game footage or something on there too, so it doesn't look too boring. But yeah, and I'm sitting here listening to Skyrim music because that's kind of Western European-y music, trying to get in the mood here, right? But I don't know, was there anything else I wanted to bring up? I don't know, it feels good when you have, like, I think that a lot of people, they feel, in Japanese they say fuon, you know, like they feel like unsure, uneasy, or like insecure about certain things or whatever, right? And you know, no, God, my oh, that's fun. You know, the thing that like makes me feel better though, right, is that like I have these projects. I don't know if they will really make a difference overall, but they make me feel better. And also, it's like, for me, like, I'm a guy who, like, I need to warm up a lot in order to feel comfortable doing bigger projects. And I mean, it goes without saying, right? Like, if you want to do like big things, right, then you need to prepare to do those big things. And it's like climbing a mountain, right? Like, you don't just start at Mount Kilimanjaro or something. You work your way up, you know. You do a bunch of smaller mountains, you get used to it, you know. You really kind of or breathe it all in, you know, take it all in kind of thing. Like there's a process to it, right? And so yeah, I don't know, it's just like, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, you know, that's the same thing with these like rants and like these reaction videos and these compilation vlogs. It's like you know, this whole, like, right now, this month that I'm recording this, I have I have all my uploads done for this month. All my Wednesday, Friday, Sunday videos, they're all done. And so it's like, yeah, so are you going to work on other stuff? And I'm like, yeah, ironically, I am still working on other, I mean, like, hell, I'm recording this rant right now, right? But it's just like yesterday, I worked on a bit of like a food review, and like I've been trying to, like, you know, experiment with these new these new video projects and stuff. Like for the food reviews, I can either do them like a little bit lazy, or I could do them, you know, a little bit more refined, right? And so with this one I'm working on, I'm doing a little bit more refined, using some AI artwork and like doing some recording and everything, and it's been so fun, you know. And but like then I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done for today. I'm done. Like, I want to just I found this I've been watching clips of this TV show called Mr. In Between. It's like a crime drama from Australia. I've been seeing clips of that for so long on YouTube, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to just sit down, I'm going to watch like season 1 of that today, cuz my ear hurts and I just want to lay down. And that's what I did, you know. Like, I worked for like half the day, didn't have any translation projects to do, just, you know, worked on YouTube, like woke up early, worked until maybe like 3 or 4 p.m., then just spent the rest of the night just fucking watching Mr. In Between. It was cool, and it was, man. Yeah, so I don't know, it's like giving yourself freedom to do this stuff, right? Because it's like, I think you gotta make videos that are congruent with you and what you want, and like, you know, help you express yourself in a way that makes you feel comfortable, kind of thing, right? And yeah, like I you know, it's I like that. I like that a lot. Like, for some people it's like, okay, like for example, I follow this couple, this British couple on Facebook called Danielle and Nikita. Daniel and Nikita, and it's like this very posh sounding British couple, and I don't know, I really like the way they talk. It just sounds like, what are you on about, you know? I've got to, you know, I want to give you a kid, but I just got to let my boys swim, you know. They've been out in the pool right now. They've been on the bench and stuff, and it's like, what the fuck you on about, Daniel? And just, I don't know, it's so cute hearing them talk to each other like that. But what am I talking about right now? I don't know, it's just but like their whole thing is just like, they did like TikTok-y videos, you know, like they just did TikTok videos where they're just like kind of doing skits, taking the piss out on each other, kind of thing, right? And I mean, like, that's cute, that's good, whatever, you know, good for them, kind of thing. But like, I could tell that like even them, they were like kind of getting tired of this, because like they're basically just like making it look like they hate each other, which they don't. But so they started a podcast and they started doing vlogging and stuff, and so like even them, they're trying to find themselves, they're trying to find their audience, right? And it's like, that's the whole thing. It's like, you need to find your audience, you got to find your place. And I don't think a lot of people, like, they don't understand that, you know. It's like, you need to like, when you're going to do YouTube, you're going to be a lot, because I mean, like, there's two kinds of people that like doing YouTube. I think they're the ones that are just looking for results, that see YouTube as a business, and they're like, okay, people like this kind of content, and I like making money, and I like getting views, so I'm going to watch this kind of content, I'm going to get views like that. Or they're people that are just like, I want to express myself creatively, and I know that if I stick with this, I'm just going to grow even bigger and bigger, so I'm just going to kind of do what I want to do, you know. And And I believe like the people will, if my stuff is really that interesting, people will eventually show up, you know. But like I'm not waiting for like like I'm not here for the attention. I'm here just because I want to have fun, you know. Like I want to do this thing that makes me happy, you know. And I don't know. I like that. I like it. And I think a lot of people that start YouTube, they start it with the wrong intention of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just do this for fun. But like they're lying. Like all of them want attention, and as soon as they see that nobody's commenting on their video, then they're like, oh well, I guess I'll stop. Like my buddy Papa Tetsu, he actually can make good videos, and I know at the time, not now. Now he's super busy, but at the time, like he had the time to like make videos and stuff. But he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do YouTube and everything, and he made like 2 videos, and then he's like, yeah, I stopped, and it's like. He's like, I thought it would have gotten more views or something. And I'm like, dude, like you gotta, like YouTube's one of those things where it's like you gotta grind at it, man. Like you got, like nobody goes super viral unless you're that guy who made that documentary on Boogie. And like that guy made like 1 video and he got like 500 or like I don't know 50,000 subscribers or something, right? It's I mean like it's not that big a fucking deal, right? It's not that bad, like you know. You can do the thing, right? You can do the thing, son. I believe in you. But the whole point is like you gotta just like do this with the intention that you're not gonna. Well, I mean, like it's great if you get big, but you don't care, right? Like you know, you're doing this with the intention that it's like, well, if people watch it, cool. But I'm doing this for my own self-fulfillment, which is broken record shit. Anyway, with that being said, yeah, you know, I appreciate you guys coming over here and checking this out and checking out the videos, and I guess let's get into the topic, shall we? Which is entitled Westerners in Japan. And you know, if there's one thing that I really like, there's kinds of people out there that make us cringe, right? There's like you know who I'm talking about, right? Like the Karens who freak out, like at the like you know like God, let me think of some. Like, for example, on Twitter yesterday, I saw this woman, and she's like, I'm the commissioner... Sorry, getting some coffee here. She's like, I'm the commissioner of something or whatever, and these teens got in trouble for driving without a... they were driving without, like renewed plates or something. And so the cops were just going to be like, oh, yeah, well, hey, like, you're getting a ticket or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And one of the kids' moms was, like, a commissioner or something. I don't even know what the commissioner does. She's like, I write the laws. I write the policy. Whenever I think of commissioner, I think of, like, Commissioner Gordon from Batman. But even then, I was like, what's the difference between a commissioner and a police chief, you know? But anyway, yeah, this woman's, like, all entitled. And she's like, yeah, well, these are, you know, like, I am responsible for these kids. I will take the... Anyway, she got fired. She got fired for basically overstepping and shit. So it's like, yeah, like, we don't like cringe people, you know? We don't like it when people are cringe, when they're entitled, when they expect the world to work for them just because they have, like, something, right? Like, they have, like, whatever. It's just cringe. We don't like that, right? Like, you know, it's like one of those things where people forget that respect is given once it's earned, right? And a lot of people just expect respect off the bat, which says a lot about the, you know, the liberal media and like all these people graduating from Ivy League schools with fucking degrees in like underwater basket weaving and shit, where it's like, well, I went here, I went to Yardale, and I don't know. It's just, but then it's like, yeah, but you have no recollection of, you don't understand how real life is. You know, you've just been in these institutions this whole time and in your gated communities, and like, you know, you're fighting for this cause of stuff that you never actually have to endure or be a part of. You fucking hypocritical bitch ass. But yeah, the whole thing that prompted this fucking rant today is it wasn't just these people, it was these news agencies. And I get it, you're a news agency, you need clicks, you know, you need engagement, and it's 2025, you know, it's the 2020s. You, like, you know, real journalism, it's out the door now. Like, all it is now is just tabloids. The news have turned in to slimy tabloids where, like, they say, like, God, dude, like, imagine all the times that fucking in the last four, I'd say, like, I don't know, last 4 or 5 years compared to the last 3 decades, how many times has, like, CNN or MSNBC been, like, successfully sued for libel or slander, you know? Like, probably a lot more in these last 4 years, you know? Like, fuck those dudes, dude. Like, and so it's like, before, it's like, oh yeah, well, it's a tabloid, of course, like, they just want to make, like, you know, they just want people to check out their stuff. They don't care if they're lying. I mean, hell, remember, like, Bat Boy? There used to be those tabloids where they would say rumors about Michael Jackson and then also, like, make up stories about weird, deformed, like, circus freaks or whatever. And, I don't know, man. It's just like, the fucking stupid bitch asses, right? This is goddamn bitch asses. But what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? But yeah, like, so this media, or this whatever you want to call it, right? This fucking place online, they were talking about how this lesbian couple from America. So one woman is American, the other woman is Japanese. They're legally married in America, right? And so America allows gay marriage. If you're in the military, you can be gay with your buddy and be married, and then, like, you get, like, spousal privileges, which apparently is enough to be like, oh yeah, you know, they do that and you get married, kind of thing, right? Like, you get, like, extra stuff, like, I don't know, besides tax write-offs, you also get, like, extra money from the military if you're married or some shit, right? And also in America, I'm pretty sure you can get a spouse visa or something if you're gay. If you marry your buddy, you get a spouse visa to come over to America. And you know, the whole thing is that, like, Western societies are progressive, right? Like, that's the, you know, like, you go to any Middle Eastern country or whatever, you're going to get backwardsness. You're going to get women that can't go outside unless they're with a male escort. If you're gay, you get killed or stoned or thrown in jail or something. You know, you don't have the right to protest or whatever, right? Like, you know, there's other parts of the world where it's expected that you don't have the freedoms that you would have in a place like America, right? And so, but the thing is that, like, that's, the world is never going to be a one-sided place, you know? It's never going to be one place where it's just like, okay, yeah, now we're good, like, you know, like, okay, gay marriage is okay everywhere else on the planet, etc., etc., right? And, you know, it's just, a lot of people take that for granted, right? And they expect that since America, or, like, well, I'm going to say specifically America, because in England, you get fucking, in England, you'll get, like, you get arrested for, like, in England, you can be a brown person and rape all these white kids, and you'll get only, like, 7 years in prison. Meanwhile, you write an article or you make a post about that online, and you get 7 months in prison, kind of thing. Europe fucking sucks. You know, like, if I don't even need to be there, you know, I just gotta look online and see what's happening. Well, you don't know if that's the whole picture. No. The moment you get arrested for posting something on Facebook that isn't inciting violence and it's just your opinion, like, yeah, fuck off, dude. Like, that's when the government is starting to go V for Vendetta style, super 1984 Orwell oppressive bullshit, you know. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So you have things like that, right? So this lesbian couple in America, I guess in America, right? Like, you can be a lesbian or whatever, you know, be a lesbian, all that shit. And that's fine, right? Like, even in Japan, too, you can be gay. Japan has no problem with you being gay. They actually have a lot more laws now for, like, you know, anti-discrimination for people that are, like, you know, are against gay people, right? But I think for the longest time, Japan doesn't have a problem with you being gay. They have a problem with you making gayness your identity. That's what they have a problem with. Like, in Japan, like, they've always had a thing about, like, okay, if you're gonna make gay your identity, you might as well be funny, and you should be a stereotype. Otherwise, like, we're not gonna take you seriously, because the population of gay around the world is less than like what, like 2-3%. It's not a majority, right? A majority of people in the world are straight, and so it's like, yeah, but like, you know, in America, like they're like, hey, like good for you, you do your thing, you go girl, and like places like Russia are like, well, that's a mental illness, like, you know, and so it's like you got to hedge your bets, I guess is what I'm saying, right? But in like Japan, you can be gay, you just don't get any legal status, right? So like this lesbian couple came to Japan, and one of the lesbians, one of like the American chick, she got knocked up. I guess the in vitro, I don't know, the IVF or something, right? Like she got knocked up, and so she's the one. So they had a daughter, right? And the daughter, I guess, is she's, I guess, since they're married in America, that maybe she's like adopted legally that Japanese woman's daughter too. I don't know. You guys gotta help me out on that. Like, help me confirm that stuff. But yeah. I mean, the whole point is though is that, like, you know, like, yeah, okay, so she's legally the child of those people, I guess. But the thing is that Japan doesn't. They don't do gay marriage. So like you can be a gay partner or whatever, but you're not. It's not a gay marriage thing, right? So, so what am I getting at here? So the Japanese American couple, they move over to Japan with their kid, and they're like, well, I'm married, so like, don't I get a visa? And they're like, no, we don't do that in Japan. I think they do that in Taiwan, but they don't do that in Japan. And so the foreign woman, I guess she's like, okay, well, I'll just get a job or whatever. I'll get my visa sponsorship that way. And she's like, well, what about our daughter? Our daughter is, you know, she deserves to be a Japanese citizen. Why? Because my daughter is, you know, she's, her mom, her adopted mom is Japanese. Yeah, but like, who gave birth to the kid? Oh, the American mom. Okay. Yeah, well, if you have a Japanese parent from Japan, then yes, you are eligible for Japanese citizenship. But this isn't like America where like you adopt a kid and they can get your American citizenship. It's not like that. In Japan, you have a kid, like let's say like you get remarried or something, and like you let's say like you're a guy and you get married to a woman and you become like a stepdad, right? You can, like, that kid can become your child or whatever, like your haigusha. They can get a haigusha visa, which is like a dependent visa. But, you know, if they want to become a Japanese citizen, they got to wait till they're older and then do the paperwork themselves or whatever. But the cool thing is that if they grow up in Japan and they learn Japanese, then they're pretty much a shoo-in to get Japanese citizenship. They just got to go through the whole rigmarole of being a citizen. But, like, it's a lot easier for that kid to get it than some kid that's just coming here that's, like, you know, a teenager who's, like, mom got married, you know? And so, like, these news these news outlets were making such a big deal about this, and they were like, Japan will not let these lesbian progressive couple women's, you know, they won't let them, they won't let their kid, fucking, you know, get the citizenship. Like, Japan's being so racist or something. And it's like, dude, the kid has no DNA connection. Like, it's all written down. All you're saying is basically, well, I'm special in America, and you should change the way you do everything in Japan to fit my narrative, to fit the, you know, what is important to me. And it's just, like, you could tell the American woman does not know Japanese at all. She does not know a single thing about Japanese, because if she did, she would know, like, she would know what she's doing. She would know she's pushing it a little bit too far, you know? And this is, like, another thing, too. It's, like, in America this year, like, you know, like, fucking students are getting deported for supporting, like, Hamas and all this shit, and, like, being all against America and protesting. And they're getting deported for it. And in my personal opinion, I think it's good. Yeah, fuck you, you know? And people are like, well, isn't that a slippery slope, though? Because, like, you know, if you get arrested for protesting, what's going to stop them from arresting you for other things? But that's not the way I see it. The way I mean, because, like, that is a possibility. But if it ever escalated to that level, one, I think people would get angry about it, because there would be a lot more people that aren't just high-level students that are like, what the fuck, like what's going on, like, you know, there would be a little bit more, a lot more pushback from the people that actually the government cares about. But these people, they come to, like, just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean that, I think there's a difference between freedom of speech for people that are citizens and people that are foreigners. Like, even in Japan, if you want to be a citizen of Japan, like, if you want to become a citizen, one of the requirements is that you're not part of a, you know, a protest group, like what that's against Japan. Like, they have that written down as like a rule. So it's like, if you were one of those guys who's like, oh, Japan's so mean to the Koreans, Japan needs to fix the textbooks because they didn't, you know, they don't talk about how the soldiers made the everybody kill themselves in Okinawa. It's like, well, if you become a citizen, then you can talk about it, but you better keep your mouth fucking shut and walk a straight line before then, you know. And it's like, all these people that were complaining, and they're like, I've got a green card, you know, why am I being deported? And I'm like, well, why didn't you get citizenship? Like, you know, in America, getting citizenship, it's you know, I think compared to Japan, it's actually a lot easier. It's a lot more streamlined. And unlike Japan, like in America, if you like move to Japan, or if you move to America, you can sponsor your family members to come over. Like, how fucked up is that? Like, in Japan, you can't do that. Like, well, I mean, you can do that with your spouse, you can do that with your kids, but like in America, it's like, oh yeah, like this is like my brother and his family and all that, and like my grandma and stuff. Like, America lets you bring over everybody. In Japan, they don't let you do that. And I think that's a good thing, though. Like, you know, I think that's like, it's good that Japan has standards. Japan is not a big Western country, you know. Like, they need to have, they need to have some checks and balances for this stuff, you know. They can't just let every Tom, Dick, and Harry in here, quoting Futurama, and just the whole, again, like the whole fucking entitlement of that American chick being like, well, our daughter deserves citizenship, and I'm gonna go online, I'm gonna go on here, and I'm gonna complain about it, because this is what we do. We complain about things that aren't fair. And I'm like, well, dude, you're a minority here, okay? Like, even me, like, I'm a white guy from a first world English speaking country, and even I know, don't push it. You know, like the amount of entitlement of some people. Like, I saw this one video where I thought it was trolling. It had to be trolling, where this guy's like, I've been living in Saitama for 50 years or something, and like, they don't speak, and I'm talking to foreigner, there's a foreigner in the convenience store, and I'm like, I'm not going to speak Japanese to you, you're another foreigner, like, speak English to me. And like, oh god, like that's just, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. Like, it's just, like, this is one of the reasons why I love living in the city. In the city, like, you're part of a system, you know? I don't want to be part of your system. My dad's not a phone. It's like, you're part of a system here. And so, like, if you stand out, you don't just have, like, one person being like, what? Like, you've got, like, a couple hundred people being like, what the fuck, and watching you and stuff. So there's a lot more, people keep their shit in check a lot more, I think, here. And I like that, you know? And, I don't know, I mean, like, what do you guys think about it? Like, I'm 40 minutes into this fucking talk, and, I know that I have at least, like, 1 or 2 gay viewers here. I know that I have parents that watch my videos. Hold on, let me get some coffee. Tasty numbers. I know I've got some parents that watch me too, but just like, if you're gay, they're not going to kick you out. Like, you know, if you go to, like, Saudi Arabia or, like, fucking North Korea or something, you're like, I'm gay. I'm a gay man. Like, you probably, if you announce that at the fucking airport, I don't know why you would announce it, but if you announce that at the airport, they're not going to let you in. Hell, they might even arrest you, you know? Like that one guy during the World Cup or Olympics or something, I forgot what event it was. There was, like, something happening in, God, what was it? I want to say Saudi Arabia, but I don't know. One of those countries, they're having, like, a big football or, like, sports event, and this guy was wearing, like, gay pride stuff. Like, you know, I have a gay pride t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. and then like he filmed himself getting arrested or something, and then like a couple days later he died. Like he died of like pneumonia or something, and it's just like, dude, like, you know, you gotta, it's just like it's like, what is it? It's like it's like natural selection at that point. Like, you know, there's a difference between, like, I mean, it's all about survival, right? And some people, like, just this entitlement of like, okay, well, everything is good for me over here, so it should be good for me over here, or like over in this place too. And again, it's just like you're literally not just shooting yourself in the foot, you're shooting yourself in the heart, right? And it's like one of the reasons I love, like, it always, the older you get, the more angry you get at stupid people. The older you get, the more angry you get at stupid people, and it's so hard to ignore. It's like, because I'm not a smart guy. Like, I think I'm relatively intelligent, but like, I'm not. I don't know. It's just like you see all these people, and they're just like, what is going on in your head? What happened up until now? Why are you like this? You know, like, you see all these white liberal women wanting to defend hardcore diversity and DEI, and then their whole town gets flooded with what they voted for. And then, like, I saw this one woman, she's like, I'm coming from California, and I'm sick and tired of Trump, and I moved to Poland, and it's so safe here, and I can walk around. I'm like, well, do you notice something about Poland? Huh? Like, it's like these people that move from, like, fucking California. I don't know about Texas, because I never lived in Texas, but it's like all these people, like, they just, it's like a virus, you know. They move, they go to one place, they implement their values without ever having to deal with the consequences of implementing them, and then they just move on to the next place. And you know, like, I'm a little bit, I guess you could say, like, I don't know, I don't think I'm realistically worried, because I think Japan will be Japan for at least while I'm alive. I like the idea of Japan staying the same size population, but more people learning Japanese and integrate. I can't say it because the earache. Integrating. God damn it, I can't say it. But anyway, they're coming together. God damn it, my ear. Anyway, like, assimilating, whatever. Like, there's more people adding to the mix. Like, I think if anybody needs to learn more about Japan, like, if there's anything that the world needs more of, it's more people need to speak Japanese, more people need to have Japanese society. Japan is, you know, despite what people might think, I think Japan is probably one of the best places on earth. They've got safety, they've got structure, they have a history that, you know, they got a bumpy history, but at least they're proud of their history, unlike fucking China, who fucking destroyed their history when the communist regime took over, or fucking Korea that constantly just has, it's just been a mix of just people getting their asses kicked and just Christianity and fucking corruption. Oh, so much corruption. You know, like all these countries in Asia, they got nothing. They've got nothing on Japan, and it's like Japan is, like, more people should be Japanese in their way of thinking. Like, I think, you know, there's a reason why everybody loves The Last Samurai, right? It's because it's just like there's this inner peace of finding, you know, of like doing something where you're just dedicating your life to this, the art of just bettering yourself, bettering your discipline in something, right? And you know, in Japan, like, there's, like, right now we're watching this video of, like, walking down New York, right? And it's just like, I think that the world can be a dangerous place, and it's better to learn about it sooner than later. But it's like, if Japan starts allowing all these little things slipping through the cracks, then eventually the crack's going to get big enough that it opens up a big hole in Japan where it changes the dynamic of this country that I really like, you know? You let in a bunch of fucking people that don't ever want, like, that have no intention of assimilating, have no intention of learning the language, and you have all these greedy politicians and greedy people in charge of companies just letting these guys in for cheap labor. And then you have, like, a half-assed government that's in charge of, quote-unquote, assimilating them. and then all these like little crimes are like, well, these crimes are happening, but all throughout the fucking country, and then the government doesn't really do anything about it, and it's just eventually it's going to collapse. It's going to be a big problem, and out of all the countries in Asia that this needs to happen to, like, I don't want it to happen to Japan. Like, Japan is one of those places where everybody comes here and they take away like a good experience from that, and the more you just let anybody come over here and fuck around with it, it's like, because Japan, it's like, look, I'm not against gay marriage, but I am against people being like, look, you need to change the system because I'm different and I'm special, and this is what different special people deserve. I really hate that. I don't like that at all. It's like, well, you're encroaching on our rights, and I'm like, the only time Japan ever encroaches on gay people's rights is when gay people, if one of them is sick and they go to the hospital, and in the hospital they only allow family members to go see you. And it's like, well, yeah, well, what if you're gay and you have a partner or something and you've been partners forever? It's like, yeah, okay, I understand that completely then. Yes, I get what you're saying, and yeah, I understand that, and I completely agree. That is fucked up, and that should change. That should be better, right? But everything else, it's like, well, I'm gay, and I want my partner to get a spouse visa. I'm gay, and I want to like adopt children. I'm gay, and I want to I don't know. I'm gay. It's like, and I don't hate gay people. My godparents, both sets of my godparents are gay. I grew up around gay people. I don't mind them having rights in America, but it's just like forcing this Asian country that you know nothing about to just get with your quote unquote times. Because like Japan is a country of loopholes, right? Like, if you want to gamble, you can't gamble. Like, you can't play poker or whatever. They're not going to let you do that. But if you want to play pachinko, you can play that and you can get gold, and then you can trade that gold into a place nearby, and you can get money from trading in that gold. So it's like 2 extra steps. In Japan, if you are gay and you want to be on your your lover's family registry, one of you just adopts each other. You just adopt each other, and then they be like, you become the dad or the mom or whatever, right? And it's like, that's not like idealistically on like technical terms, that's not what people want. But at the same time, like, well, that's what you want, right? You want to be acknowledged as family, right? And it's like, well, no, we want to be acknowledged as a couple. We want to be acknowledged as like, like our love is acknowledged by the law. And it's like, yeah, but you're a minority. Like, that's not normal. Like, technically, by the percentage wise, you look at abnormalities, you say, oh, what is the variable that doesn't happen that often? That thing? Okay, yeah. Well then, yeah, why do we need to change the whole system if it's less than like 5% of you guys out there, just to make you guys feel happy? Your Japanese wife, who is not American, you guys can live in America. She can get a spouse visa over in America, and you guys can live totally happily, legally gay in America. And it's like, well, no, I want to live in Japan. Well, you could get a job. You could get a work visa. You could become a student. No, I want the gay spouse visa. It's ma'am. I'm just like, it's funny. Like, there's that quote, right, where it's like, when you're younger, if you're not liberal, you don't have a heart. And then it's like, if you're older and you're not conservative, you don't have a brain. And it's just, it's not about, like, I mean, sure, there's probably like, there's like the Westboro Church or whatever in America where they really hate gay people and they're all like very angry about it or whatever. Like, those guys are pieces of shit. Those guys need to shut the fuck up. But when it comes to Asia, it's like, they're not discriminating you because they think you're weird or they hate you. It's just that they know that that's not normal. That's not a heavy percentage of the population. And Japan, if you knew Japan, you would know that Japan is part of a system, Like, Japan, like, every Japanese person goes to Japanese school here. They go to Japanese school. They grow up in the Japanese system. Everything is very intricately, heavily woven together. It is very complicated, heavily woven together system. So like when Japanese people, while they're growing up, like they feel, even if there's not like a huge like owata beikoku, if there's not like a huge, whatever you want to call it, like pride issue or whatever. Like nationalism is what I'm saying. Like even though there's not like a heavy nationalism thing in school, one of the reasons why Japanese people feel like such pride in being Japanese is because they all went through the same system together, right? And so, that's the thing too, though. Like if you are a foreigner and you grow up in Japan and you go through the Japanese system, it's a case-by-case basis, like Japan is still 100%, or not 100%, but it's like heavily homogenous, right? And I think if there's a way that Japan could be a majority, if they could be a majority of the population while still having more foreigners come here that assimilate and learn the language and go through the Japanese system, I think that's better, that's good. And like, again, like, I guess you could make the argument that it's like, well, just because Japan is it's rooted in tradition doesn't mean that it's better. And it's like, well, the thing is that like, you need to respect the fucking country that you're moving to, right? Like, these are the same people that complain about colonization, but yet they're going to other countries and they're telling them how the fuck they should be because they're wrong, Like, you're lucky that you have the chance to civilly talk about this. Think about, like, 100, 200 years ago. You go somewhere and you're like, yeah, you guys you guys need to change. They'd just be like, okay, we're going to kill that guy tonight. We're going to get him. This Christian guy or something came to our, this guy's coming to our place and telling us that, like, we're heathens and stuff. And, yeah, we're going to eat him tonight. We're going to get him. And it's like, again, like, all these people take everything for such everything's for granted. There's such entitlement, and they're like, well, yeah, and yeah, and like, again, like, being in another country, that's not a right, that's a privilege. And so, like, when those people come to like America and they're protesting, and they're like saying like America sucks or whatever, I'm like, what? Like, it's like, again, Icarus, you're flying too close to the sun. It's like, you have the right to say that shit, but you should become a citizen beforehand. It's like going to somebody's clubhouse and then being like, the club leader sucks. It's like, wait, is that guy a member? No, he's an honorary guest. I let him in. Yeah, fuck that guy. Kick him out. But he's an honorary guest. I don't give a shit. Kick his ass out. I mean, it's just, again, you have these foreigners who come here. I remember there was a case of Noriko. What was her name? Noriko something. It happened like the first year or two that I was in Japan, I think. This woman, this Filipino couple came over to Japan, and I think they had valid visas, but then the visas expired and they overstayed their visa. And so they ended up having a kid, and the kid like went all the way to junior high school. And Japan's like, dude, this isn't America. You can't anchor baby this shit, dude. And so they were like, yeah, your daughter, like, it's kind of sad. So we're going to let your daughter, like, go to high school, maybe college here. So she has the chance to maybe get a visa or, like, get a job that'll sponsor her visa afterwards. But, like, yeah, you guys, like, you're not allowed to be here anymore. And they kicked the parents out. And, it's just, like, tough titty, dude. Tough titty. Like, again, like, it's like somebody going into a game store and being like, why doesn't this game work in my Xbox? Sir, there's Battletoads. Yeah, but why doesn't it work? Well, the Xbox is a couple generations after that, and it takes CDs. This is a game cartridge. Yeah, but, like, why? It worked in my other system. Why doesn't it work in this one? It's like, I saw this fucking hilarious clip of like this news reporter, and he's like interviewing fucking Bernie Sanders or something, and they're like, well, we have a lawyer here to give us her 2 cents on it. And I think anyway, she's in the studio, hello, and she's like, well, actually, I use they them pronouns. And like Bernie Sanders is just looking at him, and he's just like like he's just like, you narcissistic piece of shit. Hiccup. Oh god. It's just like he's so angry, and I love it. And there was a comment on that video, and it encapsulated this so well, which is like, when people say shit like that, they don't get the microphone anymore, because all you do by engaging with those people is you enable their delusions and fantasies, you know, their delusions of grandeur kind of thing. And so it's like, you know, the whole, I guess the whole thing is, right, is that, like, you know, when people complain, you just don't engage with them, right? And that kind of, like I remember if you were in my class at school and you acted out, you would be put in the back of the class and told to be quiet, and if you weren't, you were kicked out of the class. It's just that simple, you know? It's like, you want to make all this attention, you want to make all this shit about you, well, go outside where you can scream to the void, you know? And the same thing with these people, man. Like, they think that they can change society, a part of society that doesn't need to be changed, and they feel like they can do that by just going to all these news outlets and complaining and being like, isn't it unfair? And, like, this is again why we don't like the legacy media anymore, you know? Like, a majority of fucking reasonably, you know, head-on, tight kind of people, like, why we think that way. It's just because, yeah, you're trying to push this narrative on us that a majority of people don't agree with. And there was, like, somebody in that comment section for that video and being like, well, isn't that taking away free speech if you're taking away that person's right to talk? And it's like, nah, dude, like, if a majority of the fucking people do not think like that, and I'm not talking about majority of people, it's like the same people who are like, well, Trump is doing this thing, but we didn't vote for it. And I'm like, well, you maybe didn't vote for it, but a majority of people did. And if you guys want to keep saying that the election in 2020 wasn't rigged or whatever, then you can use that same argument there and be like, a majority of people wanted Biden to win. Well, here we go. You know, a majority of people in Japan probably don't want gay marriage to be a thing, because marriage was created as like a barter system, right? Like, you marry, like, if you marry my daughter, then our houses will be connected or whatever. Your son marries my daughter, and we will forever be connected, and we get to share resources and networking. And if they have a kid, then we are forever, like, bound together by blood and loyalty and honor and stuff, right? And so, like, there was a purpose to marriage back then, right? And Japan is still like that. They're like, yeah, dude, like, if you want to get married, cool, and that's the whole purpose of getting married. But, like, if you just want to get married so you can get a visa in Japan, then no. You know? Well, what about my daughter? My daughter, who I physically had, that I am not Japanese, what about her? Does she get Japanese citizenship? Well, she can get a visa until she's like, and she can grow up here until she's 18, and then when she becomes an adult, she can decide if she wants to become a Japanese citizen. Yeah, but I want her to have it now. And it's just like, come on, dude. Like, you're an adult, man, you know? Ma'am, you're an adult, you know? Like, this is, like, if you want to be, like, I remember, like, God, it's like one of those things, right? Where it's like, I'm an adult, and it's like, well, if you want to be treated like an adult, you have to act like an adult, you know? And it's like, oh, well, I mean, because I consider, like, look, dude, like, I don't like Islam, because Islam, fucking, a majority of Islamic countries, they oppress women and they hate gay people. I got no problem with gay people, right? I have a problem with people coming over and wanting Japan to change because, quote unquote, America and other countries do it differently. That's what I have a problem with. So, anyway, I wanted to make this rant to be released this week, because that was a fairly new news story that came out, and I wanted to hear what your guys' thoughts were on it too, because look, like, this doesn't need to be an echo chamber, like, you know, like, you don't need to agree with me 100% or whatever, but I'm just, you know, I'd like to think that some of you guys are smart, that you understand, like, you know, that you got a good head on you, and I don't know. I just, like, I don't see any benefits for Japan changing their system to do that. I think, like, a lot more people are just going to be marrying their bros and doing what, like, you know, what a majority, not a majority, but, like, what dudes do in the military. Like, I know 2 guys off the top of my head right now that are in Yokota base, and they are quote-unquote married, and they're just doing it to get the benefits of being married. So if like guys like that are doing that for military benefits, what's gonna stop people from doing that for a free spouse visa to come over to Japan? You know. But anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, we're probably gonna do a live stream after this too. So yeah, guys, like always, thanks always for the support. And this is not just me talking. This is a dialogue that we got here too. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I will see you guys on the live stream that we're going to do after this. And the secret comment of the day is I'm watching Zelda in the background while I'm talking to you guys. So, and he just beat the shit out of some cave flowers. So just type in a comment that says something something cave flower. So like write a sentence that says cave flower in there. And the people are going to be like, what? Anyway, you guys have a good one. You stay black, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Yeah, bud.